Every day, the lives of thousands of animals are in peril around the world, and all they can do is seek help and hope for the best. Fortunately, many of them are fortunate to be heard before it's too late. Today, we will showcase animals that reached out to people for help and the kind-hearted souls that make us proud to be humans. A genetic defect left this horse's vertebral column deformed to the point of being unrecognizable and made its life unbearable. It was 20 years old before it found caring hands where it could live the rest of its days in peace. While a mother leopard was hunting, her cubs fell into a trap. If it weren't for these kind-hearted people, they wouldn't have seen them again. A pony named Angel Marin was born with only 3 legs and never took its first steps. But thanks to prosthetics, it's going to lead a full and happy life. When some workers began to dismantle a sewer, they couldn't have imagined they would find a bear waiting for them. It would have been buried alive and would have quickly suffocated. But these fortunate circumstances saved its life. An unfortunate koala lost its entire family and its home in a fire, and it was preparing to meet its own end. But suddenly, its guardian angel appeared. In a matter of hours, a massive camel managed to sink into quicksand up to its chest. Soon, no one would have known it had been there, and the only thing that helped it survive was the effort of these people. I have no idea what could have led a massive polar bear to a 9-meter cliff, but the prospects of staying up there forever were even worse. Rescuers had to embark on a very risky operation to change the bear's fate. And it worked. Now it's safe and sound. It's clear that this coyote wouldn't have survived the night in the cold waters of Lake Michigan, but the situation changed when a ship captain altered course to save the animal's life. Even a life as small as this one deserves to be saved. A baby elephant made a fatal mistake when it decided to play in a mud pit. Fortunately, a professional excavator operator intervened. This little giraffe was born with a rare leg deformity, and its chances of survival were diminishing day by day. Then orthopedic specialists went to work and made the world's first prosthetics for giraffes. Now, it leads a normal life. You might see a dangerous beast here, but this man saw a desperate mother whose children were starving. He decided to give her all his catch because, as a father, he understood this. When this dog fell into a deep and narrow hole, it was almost impossible to reach him, but this man found a way. Look at how much this dog wants to live. I don't know how this man noticed these tiny creatures, and he himself didn't realize immediately that he was saving some beautiful hummingbirds. This guy is just a photographer. But look at how far he's willing to go to save an eagle. The bird had been trapped in cold mud for so long that time was running out. Only thanks to this man's efforts did it have a slim chance of survival. This bear was clever enough to open a can, but then its tongue got stuck. Somehow, it knew to turn to people for help. Fortunately, they weren't afraid of the massive beast and organized a full-blown rescue operation for it. This mother duck regrets taking her ducklings to the pool, but she's definitely lucky that it belongs to a caring human who is expressing gratitude. I can't even imagine how a fox ended up under such a massive rock. But it's clear that the only thing capable of helping it is a human. A young badger lost its mother but was not ready to die in the forest. See how it persistently asks people to stop and help. Miraculously, it chose the right humans and now has a new home and even a friend. Apparently, this bird had plans to make a meal out of a 1.5-meter snake, but the snake had other farts. The bird was on the verge of losing the fight, but fortunately, these professionals were nearby and knew exactly how to help both of them. There's nothing more difficult for a predator than trusting a human, But one person turned out to be a better option than a slow and agonizing death from thirst. A young raccoon got frightened by fireworks and tried to find a place to hide, but ended up entangled in a net. The rescuers had to free it under the watchful eye of its mother, who was very wary of humans, but was not disappointed in this case. You can't imagine how much effort it took this armadillo to keep its nearly 40-kilogram shell afloat. But no effort would have helped it swim to the shore if this guy hadn't come along. Every day, this professional rescues cats that have climbed to the most inaccessible places. And today, thanks to him, it seems Cleo has an extra life. Two deer fought so hard to establish who the alpha male was that their antlers got tangled, and they fell into a cold river. They had no choice but to accept this man's help and never speak of the incident again. This cormorant couldn't eat on its own and was practically immobile. But a veterinarian quickly realized what was happening when he found a half-liter plastic bottle inside the bird. A family heading out for a fishing trip immediately dropped everything when they saw a bear in the middle of the river with a bathtub on its head. It wouldn't have lasted more than a couple of hours, but these people gave it a chance. This little monkey couldn't bear to see a frightened kitten pleading for help, but couldn't do anything about it except alert someone. And now they each have a lifelong friend. These little raccoons trapped in a large trash container had absolutely no chance of getting out until this man arrived. And he didn't even let the weakest of them die. This horse was orphaned right after birth. Exhausted, it tried to find at least a drop of milk. The poor thing was so weak that it could no longer move on its own. But then the impossible happened, and the miracle baby found an adoptive mother. When these dogs realized that strangers were wandering in an abandoned water park, they did everything they could to get the attention of humans, all to bring help to their friend who was drowning. Now, they must ensure he is okay. This is what I call true friendship. A deer had been stuck in a swamp for so long that it had accepted its fate, but these people decided to show that the animal's life was just beginning. In an attempt to find some food, a poor skunk became trapped and more frightened than ever. Luckily, this woman put aside her prejudices and decided to help.
Bye, buddy.
You never expect a river outing with your best friend to end in tragedy. But this man was determined to fight to save his dog's life. And he succeeded. Surely, from now on, he'll check the water temperature before going in. This injured wolf was trapped in a frozen river and was already stiff when rescuers reached it. They had to urgently revive it as they would with a human. And they achieved the impossible. A group of goats got entangled with some ropes during a walk, and one of them started suffocating and had stopped breathing when its owner noticed. But the owner didn't give up and literally breathed life back into it. An unfortunate fox couldn't find its way out of an icy canal for several days. Having lost all hope, its only option was to wait for humans to pass by, and they came to the rescue. It's not clear how long this mother bear had been keeping watch over a trash container in the middle of a deserted road. But one thing is certain. Without these brave individuals, her 3 cubs would never have survived. This python was so hungry that it was willing to eat anything, but no one expected to find a 3-foot-long towel. Fortunately, veterinarians were able to assist the reptile in time. That's it for today. I'm sure this compilation has touched your heart, but I want to know at what moment you couldn't hold back the tears. Don't forget to tell us in the comments, and be sure to like and share this video with your friends to inspire more people to perform good deeds.